Is it even possible to save on groceries with the way that prices keep going up? We'll show you how.
Let's talk about feeding your family without breaking the bank. And yes, it still can be done, even though prices are going up.
Right now, it's near the holidays, and this is actually the perfect time to save a boatload of money on ingredients and food from the grocery store. We're going to give you all the tips and the tricks in this video. But first, if you don't know us, I'm Hope.
And I'm Larry.
This is Under the Median, where every week we talk about practical frugality. The first thing you need to know about your grocery store layout, and this is for year-round, not just during the holidays, you need to know the areas of your grocery store where they put the clearance items and the markdowns. Not every grocery store offers these areas, but many of them do. You're going to find markdown areas in produce, in dairy, in the meat department. Generally, you're going to find like a general merchandise markdown area with shelf-stable items that have all been marked down. Now, these items are marked down for a variety of reasons. Maybe the flavor didn't sell, or they're no longer going to be carrying that name brand, or the item is close to the sell-by date. The sell-by date, by the way, is strictly used for the grocery store to tell them the date by which they want to sell that item and get it off of their store shelves. It's not necessarily a fresh date or a date by which it has to be consumed or it is going to go bad. We would be remiss if we did not mention one markdown area that is prevalent in Kroger stores, and that is the red bag markdown area. It's generally displayed in the produce area. Everything that is in a red bag is 99 cents per red bag. So it doesn't matter if there's one item in there or if there's 20 items in there, the whole red bag, 99 cents.
Once you know where the clearance and markdown items are in the store, the next step is then to go to the sales flyer and see what they have on sale. You can locate many items that they have at a reduced rate because once again, they're wanting to get you into their store.
The turkey was on sale at a fantastic price. It's always interesting to see which store in the area comes up with the lowest turkey price during Thanksgiving or Christmas. But you need to make sure that you read the fine print so that you get the best deal available. You need to check out using your shopper's card to get that ultra low price on the turkey.
The turkey in this sales flyer is a good example of loss leaders. These are items that the store will put on sale below their cost to get you in, hopefully, to buy more items to make up the difference.
Another example would be the sweet potatoes, 25 cents a pound in this sales flyer. And they're even offering you free whipped topping for your Thanksgiving dinner. But you got to make sure, once again, you read the fine print because you needed to spend I think it was $25 or $35 in one shopping trip. And then you were able to get one carton of the whipped topping for free.
Even if the item is in the sales flyer, you still have to do the math. Now, what kind of math are we talking about? We're talking about comparing the price at the store that you're at with other stores in your area that you are regularly shopping at. So we're going to use Kroger, Aldi's, and Sam's as our example. At Kroger, we were looking at the 4-pound bag of sugar, which was actually less than it was at Sam's. And these are the kind of things you have to check for to make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck.
But in a second example, the flour, even though it was on sale at Kroger, was still more per ounce than the larger bag at Sam's. Now, before you buy that 25-pound bag of flour at Sam's, you have to know, of course, you're going to use 25 pounds of flour. But then we figured out that the sale price at Aldi on flour for that exact same week was even less than it was per ounce at Sam's. So we wound up walking out of Aldi's with 4 5-pound bags of flour.
Remember, there are certain times of the year where it's good to shop seasonally. Some items will be less at certain times of the year.
For instance, oranges are always going to drop to their lowest price. In fact, citrus in general will be at its lowest price in January and February. Whereas strawberries, when the crop is ripe and there's plentiful strawberries, you're going to find those on sale maybe in March or April. They're going to hit their lowest price per pound. It's important to note that a lot of produce can either be dehydrated, or it can be canned, of course, or it can also be frozen for later use, so that throughout the year in December, when everybody else is paying $4.50 for a pound of strawberries, we're eating the strawberries that we bought for $1.25 per pound a few months before that.
In this sales flyer, this is a Thanksgiving sales flyer, so you're seeing a lot of different items on sale for Thanksgiving.
The general goal of grocery stores is to put approximately half of the ingredients that you will need for your holiday dinner on sale the week preceding that major holiday. When you compare prices at multiple stores, you're going to be able to get a lot more of those ingredients than you would if you just went to one store in your area. So particularly if you live in an urban area like we do, and we have 4 major grocery stores within about a 3-mile radius of one another, it makes it really easy for us to cherry pick those items that they put on sale at ultra low prices and stock up on those items all the week before the holiday.
They tend to put basic pantry items on sale for the holidays because these get used up quite a bit because you're baking more. So flour and sugar are 2 items that they've put at a really good reduced price.
You'll also find things like chocolate chips that go on sale around that time of the year, and your basic things like maybe baking powder, baking soda. Look for those items to go on discount.
Just to remind you, on turkeys, they tend to go way down in price after that holiday is over. So that really is a good time to pick up a turkey and put it in your freezer for the next holiday.
This is especially true, I think, of the fresh turkeys that are going to be more per pound before the holiday, but after the holiday, they need to get those off of their shelves. And so those will drop dramatically in price. You want to make sure during the holidays you're leaving a percentage of your grocery budget set aside for stocking up in these kind of things after the holiday happens and you get those ultra low prices on specific things. Now, if you're wondering how to do that without going over your grocery budget, we want you to stick with us because we have a method that we use. It has worked for us for years. We're going to share exactly how to use this method in order to make sure that you stock up all the time without going over your grocery budget.
Some other items that will go on sale are cranberries, celery, and russet potatoes. These will go on sale about a week before that holiday.
And I cannot forget those sweet potatoes, mainly because I love sweet potatoes, 25 cents a pound. Y'all, we stocked up on sweet potatoes. Listen, we're going to be eating sweet potatoes the entire month of December, and we stocked up on them the last week of November. Which brings me to my next point. You need to make sure that you understand shelf stability and the average shelf life of the items that you are purchasing. Now, if it's a pantry type item, no problem there generally with shelf stability. You just stick it on the shelf of your pantry. But there are items that you're going to find like produce items that are on sale at deep discounts, and you want to make sure that you're stocking up on those as well. When it comes to, for instance, the sweet potatoes, you're going to be able to extend that average shelf life by storing it properly. You're going to put it in a cool, dry place that is a little bit dark. Generally, potatoes like 45 up to maybe 55 degrees. If you have an attached front porch, that's a really great place to put it, especially if the temperatures are getting colder outside. An attached garage works really well for that right now. I have some winter squash and also sweet potatoes sitting in our attached garage. Be thinking about ways that you're going to store this in order to make sure that it lasts you as long as possible. Now, if it looks like you're not going to be able to put it in a cool, dry place, then you might want to consider going ahead and roasting it or boiling it and then cutting it into pieces in order to freeze it or dehydrate it for later use. You can always use those methods as well.
And of course, some items can be frozen, like the cranberries that we were showing you. Those can be frozen, and if you have room in your freezer, you can put them there. Whole foods are another inexpensive way to buy. You don't want to buy all these ingredients pre-mixed and pre-packaged. That will cost you a lot more.
A pound of rice and a pound of dried beans are going to take you a whole lot farther than buying rice and beans that are already pre-made and they're sitting either in the shelf-stable area of your grocery store or they're sitting in the frozen food section. Buy single ingredients in order to make your meals. We mentioned a method that we have used for years to help us to stock up without going over budget. It's called the 1/5 method.
In the 1/5 method, you divide your monthly grocery budget into fifths. You take that last 1/5, and that's what you're going to use for buying items that you want to stock up on. So 80% of it is what you're going to spend on your regular grocery shopping.
The best way to take care of that 80% is divide that 80% into 4/4. That is what supplies your weekly grocery budget for your regular grocery purchases. Leaving, once again, that other 1/5 or 20% for when you find fantastic deals. Generally, if we don't spend all of that 20%, we can roll it over to the next month and we wind up with even more money for stocking up. We've used this method for years and it works like a charm. Buying the ingredients, that is just part of the equation for saving money on your food bills. What do you do with those ingredients once you get them home in order to maximize the flavor and minimize the amount that you are spending per recipe? If you'd like to see me do a tutorial where I took $20 worth of ingredients and created 5 main dish recipes, that tutorial